Hello, everybody. We are Flightless. This is our song California Halos on Tri-Cities MixTape.
Shooters in the pockets of angels. Are we leaning heaven or hell? Gave over the reins to the people who can't even tell the difference of giving to your California halos. What's the difference inside of that? Are you run for your life? Just gonna pick your poison. Lost hope in the dead of night. Wild ashes are deep in the night time. It does not change for the day. Rains around your eyes in your head, but the lines between them are getting blurry. Are we too far saving rain? Do we even know the difference of giving to your California halos? What's the difference inside of that? Are you run for your life? Gunshots gonna pick your poison. Lost hope in the dead of night. Beat dead at the crack of the whip, but we're doing fine.
We're Flightless, and this is our song that is definitely not about our other guitarist breaking up with his 2-week girlfriend. Whistle.
You made me drive all night. Never did find a way. can't do it on my own. We fell apart in the heat of the distance. God only knows where you'd end up. The price that I pay for isolation got me back calling your name. As we whistle alone, why do we always have to miss it? Now that we're finally alone, our names are in stone, but the roots will grow through. Turn it on to rubble. Just who the hell do we think we are?
Welcome. This is the official first interview for the Tri-Cities MixTape podcast. Today, I was lucky enough to come across a very young band. These guys are like 19, 20 years old from Richland, Washington. Welcome to the podcast, Flightless.
Thanks for having us.
Hello.
All right, so from left to right here, let's start. Tell me your name and your role in the band.
I'm Isaac Shackley. I'm 20 and I'm the drummer.
I'm Keaton Garrity. I'm 19. I'm the lead singer.
And I'm Zach Fulmer. I'm 18. I'm the guitarist.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not in the band, but I'm the host of this show. My name is Miguel Ortiz. I'm 40 years old and I'm a Scorpio.
We were right. We before you like made a post today about the like, you know, your account and all that stuff, we saw that you tagged us on your like primary account. We were just like that's him.
But yeah, and again, my name is Miguel Ortiz, and I've been living here for like 5 years. And I thought I was too fucking good for the Tri-Cities. I lived in Seattle for a bunch of years, in Bellingham, They're both, you know, West Side, progressive, nicer weather, way more diverse of people, diverse in thought. So I thought it'd be coming down to a dusty shithole of the Tri-Cities. And for the most part, I was right, and it still is. But it's not as bad as I've made it out to be. And I had my head up my ass. Like, I was too good for the Tri-City. And I spent like fucking 3 years just sulking and fucking hating this place and not even giving the scene a chance if there even was one. So after I pulled my head out of my ass, I started going to more shows, looking into bands, and, you know, and wanting to fucking know more about them, or again, shine the light on bands that I think are dope or active or doing it. So that is kind of the heart, the essence of what I plan to do here. And just, you know, of all genres. And if you're actively making music and you have recorded material, you know, and or if you're close enough to come and talk with me, you know, I'd love to, you know, just start, you know, kind of digging into the stories of the people who are making the art that makes the scene at this moment, you know? And yeah, you guys are very young. This is, I guess what we'll get into it is, this is all of your first band?
No.
For me,
Kinda.
yes.
Okay, well, let's start with a guy who's been in the band before.
Okay, so in high school, when I was like 16, I joined as a second guitarist for a band called Wonderbad and played around with them until 2022, or really, really late 2021. And then 3 of us joined up with my best friend as for a new singer, and we had a
Also
band
my
called,
cousin.
Yeah, who's Zach's cousin named Cade.
Oh, I was hoping the name of the band was My Best Friend, because I'm like, that's a good one, especially if you're like a hardcore band or a punk and you're called My Best Friend.
My Best Friend.
So, it's so cute. My Best Friend, and you guys just play like fucking doom metal.
We have to keep that in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so three of us joined up with my buddy, and we made a band called Moocher and played for a
Oh
year.
shit, yeah, I remember. I think I saw you guys at the Mushroom Fest or the Adventures Underground outdoor concert
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
That was like the first Mushroom Fest, I think.
Yeah, that was dope.
I might
No
be wrong
shit.
with that.
I love. Okay, that happens a lot. When I've brought a bunch of like hip hop people and other people up here to interview, and I realized that we were at the same fucking shows, or I had already seen them perform, or they saw me perform. I backed up a rapper on guitar, and a couple people were like, "Oh, I was at that fucking show. That was you. You're the fucking guy."
Yeah, I'm like, you look really familiar. I thought as soon as I walked in, I was like, I like swear I know you from something.
Yeah,
And
well, I am dating your mom.
Oh.
I am not dating Isaac's mom. I am married. Anyway, so all right, so that's your. So how? I'll stick with you, Isaac, drummer, right? How did you get started in music, and then how did that turn to you becoming the drummer of Flightless?
So I've just been in music since I was a little kid. I've been playing piano since I was like, 7 or 8. I was in orchestra for elementary school, middle school, and high school for about 7 years. I played violin, viola, piano, guitar. I learned guitar in high school to make a band, which did not turn out well. We didn't even gig, we didn't do anything. But it got me kind of a ticket into Wonderbad, made some connections, which resulted in Moocher, and then the singer of Moocher was Zach's cousin, and so I've just known Zach throughout the past couple of years. And they had a second guitarist, one of the founding members of Flightless actually, named Weston, and he took off on like a Mormon mission for a few years, and they're like, hey, we need another guitarist for a show. Could you like learn some songs and play? I was like, yeah, I don't.
What was that guy's name again?
Weston.
Weston's Magical Underwear is also a great name for a band.
Dude, that's genius.
Oh,
actually.
fuck, that's a song.
that could be like a concept album. And so I kind of took his spot for a show, and then immediately after there was like a spot for a drummer, and I was like, well, I need an excuse to learn, I'll give it a shot. So I've been playing drums for like 7 months.
Oh shit!
Like
He's been playing
6 or
drums
7
as long
months.
as he's been playing with us. So
Also, maybe I shouldn't have had you go first because you play every fucking instrument, and this guy doesn't even play instruments. So we're gonna go down the line, and you just made your bandmates look bad. He can replace all you if he needs to.
I'm a
Well,
year
no,
older.
he can't sing. Can you sing?
No.
Okay,
That's like
okay.
the
You're
one thing he
safe.
can't do.
He can replace almost everyone.
You're safe. All right, so we'll go next. Keaton, how did you get started in music? And I guess. I already gave it away that you are just a singer, a vocalist, and I'm assuming a writer.
Yeah, I do write the lyrics for stuff, but obviously the lack of knowing how to play any instruments, I don't contribute to that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess what happened first? Did you start singing first? Did you start writing first?
I've kind of it's kind of funny. I've always been a singer, and I never really knew it until like late middle school. But like even as a kid, I was kind of a dumbass and would just sing these like random like metal songs, just like as a toddler, just this wee little lad, because my dad was in a band and he like listened to a lot of music. He played a lot of guitar, so like I was already basically influenced into that. And then I got into middle school and they put me in the choir because fine arts credit and fucking whatever. And I
get your electives, kids. Make sure to get your electives in and make them artistic. You don't just need to do weightlifting every fucking year. Learn to sing. Look it, you could be in Flightless. Go ahead, sorry.
First year was fucking miserable because, you know, no one in that class knew how to sing, including me. And it was mainly just like no one wanted to be there. But then 7th grade came around and I don't know what happened in between the beginning of 7th grade and when I did this like random ass competition. Not even competition, it was more just like a event or whatever. But after 7th grade, I started realizing I had like potential or whatever in some shit. So I just kind of like progressed the skill over the years. And then a friend of mine, Joe, Flightless has always been looking for a drummer. We've never consistently held on to a drummer until Isaac came along, really.
Drum machines aren't that expensive nowadays, I'm just saying.
But
We did think about that actually.
but my friend Joe, he plays drums, and Flightless had a flyer up. He joined Flightless for like that week or whatever, and this was like what, junior year of high school?
Yeah,
or
this would have been over a year ago probably.
So like I was pretty far along. I'm not anywhere near where I was now, but in terms of choir singers, I probably was one of the better ones in that class. Unknowingly, I did not.
Do you guys want to shout out your high schools and middle schools, or even your choir teacher?
Oh yeah, Miss Townsend from Chief Joseph Middle School and James Jones from Hanford High.
Teresa Perry was first music teacher. She was awesome. Taught me about music and how to read it and how to play it and kind of what it meant, rhythm, all that stuff. That was the foundation.
You read music too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a whiz, dude.
And
he hears a hum in the room and he knows what the note is.
No, I can't do that.
My wife can read anything you put in front of her, but if I'm like, hey, play a C minor, or hey, play this song with me. But you put any sheet music in front of her, fucking perfect.
That's kind of a strange.
Yeah.
Like,
she doesn't like to jam. She doesn't like to play covers, but literally has the skill set to play whatever. I've been trying to make a band with her, but she's like, bro, I don't know if I can make a band with you. Like, I love you. We fucking live together. I don't also want to fucking write, create, and make this a fucking second job. I've always romanticized the idea. But anyway, so we're getting to Zach here. Why don't you tell us how you got started in music and then how you got into Flightless?
Yeah, so I guess when I was like really young, I took piano lessons for a long time, and I kind of hated it actually. So I really did not like.
That's why my wife.
Yeah,
or why she doesn't play for fun.
Yeah, I did not really like. I probably took, I think, for probably like 8 or 9 years, and I learned like about as much as most people would learn about a year of piano lessons probably, because I just never practiced anything.
Right.
But like right around the time I kind of started like quitting doing that, I started getting really into like just listening to music and like the Beatles and stuff. And then I think it was
I'm sorry, what was the name of that band?
the Beatles.
The Beatles?
Yeah.
What?
They're a little bit famous.
where are they from?
I don't know. You might have heard of them before. But yeah, so then I think around, it was like right before my freshman year of high school started, me and Michael, our bass player who's not here, both started playing instruments at the same time. And we had been friends for a long time before that. And so yeah, he started playing bass and I started playing guitar. And kind of for a long time, we would just jam around with like random people. Literally like day 2 or 3 of playing instruments. It was like us two and then 2 of our other friends, like one of them on drums and one singing. They didn't know how to play drums or sing, and we didn't know how to play our instruments or anything. But it pretty much just kept going from there. And then eventually about like, I don't know, like after a few years, we would just play with like random groups at like grad parties and stuff like that. But it was never really an actual full band until probably like 2-ish years ago. We finally met like Weston, who is our other guitarist, who's, like we said, is on a mission right now. And then like Quentin, our old drummer, he's not in the band anymore, but he was for a while. And like Joe, who got fired.
We're Flightless from Richland, Washington, and this is our song, Wasting Time.
your way to come back down. She will. Sister steps and mother's cry. Don't make much of an alibi. You were wrong and I'll do you right. Giving in to the same old vice. She lives among hopeful but doesn't quite see the light shining on her side. Jordan, she's so sure of herself. When she cries out, there's no one. Carry on, carry forward, and don't ever look back. Carry on, 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 yeah. Take up your bed, baby, and get the hell on out of here before you end up stuck there. Give me love if you have a left to spare. Talking like you made it out there when everybody knows you don't have nothing, but you carry on still. Nothing but you carry on still. Nothing but you carry on, carry on. Nothing but you carry on, yeah. Jordan walks under the steeple, and the bells they call her name. Don't want to talk to no one unless they find out her pain. Jordan, she's so sure of herself. When she cries out, there's no one. Carry on, carry forward, and don't ever look back. Carry on, 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 yeah.
Isn't it fucking? We had to kick up. Okay, we were 20 minutes into a gig in our second. Well, we alternated bass and guitar, but homegirl shows up 20 minutes into the gig, asks us to stop to help her set up her fucking cab and the whole fucking thing. Like, we're in the middle of a song, and she's like, "Hey, can you guys help?" I'm like, "No." We finished the fucking song, and then she joins in. Anyway, yeah, she didn't even show up to the band meeting where we kicked her out. Like, we're like, "Hey, we're meeting here. Would you show up?" And then she didn't, and it was awkward. And another time I had to fire a drummer, and I felt so bad after. I was like, "This is awkward. Will you give me a hug? I feel bad." And I kind of, I was just like, because like it was like, I just fired you, bro.
Yeah.
But it was so awkward. I'm like, I don't hate you. You're great. I just can't dance to your drumming. Sorry, I can't.
These guys absolutely fucking suck at firing people.
Awkward. Because it was not a personal thing at all. It was just like.
Joe was like. So the way these guys go about firing a member is they don't just say you're fired. They silently complain about you behind your back and then just like stop replying in the group chat that you're in. And like I noticed this, and I'm also a part of the conversations where they're talking about how they're, because Quentin wasn't the drummer, obviously, but Quentin's a great drummer. I'm gonna put that out there first. He is good at what he does, but Weston was suckling his dick, if you will. He was basically calling this kid a prodigy, which no, but
Quentin is very good at drums. He's very experienced.
But like every chance you get, he would be talking about like wanting to replace Joe with Quentin or whatever.
I did watch him play a Rush song blindfolded,
Yeah.
so
Oh, he's really good. He's really good. But it was like, okay, I see how things are going. Joe asked a very important question about a show in the group chat, and no one said anything. I'm just like, I had pizza with them one day, and I was like, Joe, I'm your friend, so I'm gonna tell you this. I am like 99% sure the guys are gonna kick you out of the band. He's like, yeah, I can kind of tell by the way they aren't talking to me at all.
Joe voice was immaculate.
It's because everyone other than Weston is a pussy.
I would say passive if we wanted to be a little
Zach
more diplomatic about
Zach
it.
doesn't like being rude. Michael doesn't like being rude because they don't dislike Joe. Joe wasn't like bad at all. He just wasn't performing to what they wanted.
I would like to throw in here that like this was like years before I joined. I was not around for any of this.
Years, slow down, not years.
Isaac washing his
I've been in
hands
this
over
band
here.
for
Like,
8
I didn't even
years,
know
buddy. It hasn't
Keaton
been-
or Weston or Joe at this point. Like, yeah.
all of the crab talking would all be stuff that happened before Isaac was in
And
the band. So
the night Isaac was officially hired as our drummer was like right after we did a show of Quentin. And the thing with Quentin is that he recorded the drums for our first album, and Quentin is in another. What's the other band he's in?
Room 4110.
yeah,
Room 4110. More financially successful than us. So he puts.
they're also
more-
just kind of good.
They're also really good. So
Yeah.
he dedicates more time to them. So he sees our band more as just like a extra money type thing, and that's fine. When he recorded the album, there was God. I wish I knew whose fault it was.
I blame
because
Weston,
because
actually,
I don't know the DMs between him, Quentin, or Weston and Quentin. Somewhere along the line, even though we like all agreed that like Zach said no, Quentin wanted to be paid for doing the album.
To be fair here, we figured out what the miscommunication
Yeah, no, we
was,
eventually
and
figured it
it
out.
definitely made sense that he thought we were paying him.
We eventually figured it out, but there was a
But-
just huge miscommunication. And it's just like some of us, it's like we either have minimum wage jobs or we don't have jobs at all, motherfucker. We're not also paying you a couple $100. This thing's like $1,900. We can't. It's just not on the table for that.
In defense of Zach here a bit, like it is awkward when you are telling somebody that, because it's hard to be like, hey, you're not a bad musician, you're just not a good fit here, and it's hard for people not to take that personally.
No, but yeah,
Or to not take it as an attack. And it's something, I mean, you guys are super duper young. It is something as we grow older and develop social and communication skills. But also, I was with grown-ups in bands who were passive aggressive as fuck.
What we thought we agreed on was that what Zach would tell us is that he's like, yeah, we're just gonna pay for Quentin's studio time. So we'll pay for what he does. He doesn't have to pay a dime for any hours or anything like
You guys could have got 2 drum machines for that price.
that. But so we do this show. It's great. It's whatever. It's our first time playing at Ray's, and then like
Shout out to Ray's.
and then I don't know, we're talking about like potentially doing other shows or whatever, and Quentin's like, well, I'm not gonna do any more shows with you guys unless you pay me my studio money. And we're like, well, that money's never gonna come, so I guess bye-bye.
But
And then-
in the spirit of that, we'll go back to the origins of the band. What was your guys' first gig, and then I guess first gig with Isaac?
first gig with Isaac was that Ray's show.
That was when I was on guitar.
He played rhythm
right
guitar,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, I played guitar for one show, and then
And then that night he was just like, I could maybe play drums.
yeah, I guess I'll learn drums for you guys.
I don't.
I need
don't-
to check one more off the list.
I don't know. I don't know
It's
what the
incredibly
first
useful.
gig was.
Like I kind of suck at drums. I'm super new. I don't really know, but
Well, I mean, being in a rock band is a great place for that. 'cause there's
he does not.
A lot of expectation, you know.
yeah. And these guys are really supportive about it, and they understand. And you know, I'm practicing getting better.
It's
But
because
You're
he's-
also
it's
better
because
than,
he's
like-
made so much fucking progress in that short period of time, just fucking around on the drums. Like,
shout out Carson Garland.
like, is he the
Don't
best
even have
drummer
a
we've
drum
ever
kit in
met?
your house.
Absolutely not. But like, he's already like, I prefer him over Quentin just because of like he's doing it for the music, not the money.
Welcome back to the Fuck Quentin podcast. This is
We've got a lot of.
Quentin, I'm sorry.
Quentin is like a totally chill
till we
dude. He
get-
does not deserve this.
Wait till we get to Weston.
So I still talk to I'm still friends with Quentin. I like hanging out with him
Love
sometimes.
no
you,
shade
Weston,
to Quentin.
56.
Shout out to Quentin.
Yeah.
But you're not getting your money.
Well, also, yeah, the other thing too is like Quentin has been playing drums forever. He's like a fantastic jazz musician, rock music. You know, he can play drums in a bunch of different styles. He is so much better at drums than I am.
Really,
It's like-
the biggest problem that I think I had with Quentin, which was like not even his fault.
We gotta stop talking about
This is-
No, shut the fuck up.
This
That's what
turned
makes
out
us
what was
funny.
your guys' first gig? And it's Fuck Quentin Part 2.
No, this actually ends up being a good thing kind of for
Okay,
him
okay.
though. Because it's mostly the fact that he was like basically his other band was too good
Yeah.
at music and
So
stuff.
he was slumming it with y'all?
Yeah, like he just wasn't able to be super consistent, like practicing and stuff with us.
He didn't know the
So,
names
like-
of the songs 2 days before we
Yeah.
like did the show.
And,
like
like,
we'd be like, "Hey, let's do this song." He's like, "Oh, which one is that again?" And then we'd like
have to, like, sing it for him.
Sing it for him. He's like, "Oh, that one."
Yeah.
And then Dave, our studio guy, he changed things about the songs. Like he
Right,
takes
right,
certain like Wasting Time had drum parts at the very beginning, but then we were like, no. So it was
I
just
put
straight
those back,
guitar.
didn't I? I think I played
There's
those
drums
now.
in the beginning of the song still.
That was just
Was
a bad
there?
choice.
No.
No, the part
very
that Dave
beginning?
changed
No.
was he added a fill from somewhere else and put it like in the beginning.
Either way, he changed
Yeah.
it from how Quentin originally played it. So like we got the recordings and we were like, hey, just listen to these. This is how the song is like now, like as it is at this very moment. So blah blah blah, whatever. He's like, sure, I'll do that. Then months go by, like 2 days before the show, and he'll like play it wrong, and we'll be like, dude, you're supposed to play it like this, and he's like, what do you mean? Like, because he never listened to it. He never took the time.
Yeah,
to
well,
do it.
maybe I'm wrong. I guess you're a pretty new drummer, but I always thought the drummer, because they don't need to know what chord or what tone or the melody. They just need to usually react to what the guitar and bass are doing. That you would think that even if if it isn't rehearsed, unless you guys are a band that are like, hey, there's a pause here for fucking 4 bars, or you build up to the bridge, or if there are things like that. But a great drummer does that shit on instinct anyway.
This is Keaton Garrity of Flightless, the sexiest singer known to man. This is our song Confusion.
Everything in life, it seems to be just alright. And you think that it is okay. But who are you to even say nothing's okay? You are so lost and you are trapped in darkness. Trying to call your way out, but there's no doubt you are just confused. You have goals that you wish to achieve, that you don't see, that you are a key. And now it seems that it's just not meant to be. Yeah! Nothing's okay, you are so lost and you are trapped in darkness. Try to call your way out, but there's no doubt you are just confused. such a wake-up call. Screw you, goodbye.
This next song is the biggest piece of shit we have ever made. This song is called Fire Away.
She waits for everything to come round, just like they always said it would. Waiting games and empty revelations. Don't know why now it's time to do it my way. Fire away. Do it my way. Fire away. Don't know how I let things get like this. Thorn in hand and I pull it out. But sometimes you've got to bleed just to know your life going my way. Fire away. Do it my way. Fire away.
Before the interview, I asked all these guys to write down a song that their bandmates would be surprised to know that they love or listen to.
Michael did just respond with his also.
Okay, actually, well, so you know his.
Yeah.
Try not to make it too obvious, but I want the person who didn't write this, the other guys, to guess which one they think it is. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So I'll start. Actually, well, I guess I won't tell you which one I'm going to start with. That fucking defeats the purpose. I'm sorry. My name is Miguel Ortiz. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing sometimes. All right. So, who do we think chose the song Los Encantos Verdes?
Isaac.
That's the band.
Oh, that's the name of the band?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
Lamento Boliviano.
Yeah, Lamento Boliviano by Los Enanitos Verdes. I don't really speak Spanish, so I might be mispronouncing that. My dad's Mexican. He lived in Venezuela for a while, and so you kind of get like this interesting music vibe. And so I don't really listen to it with friends because they don't. It's weird. It's it's foreign, And so I'm like, I feel like if we were driving to a gig, like you said, and I threw on Los Enanitos Verdes or Soda Stereo or something, they'd be like, well, what the hell is this? Like.
All right. So, who do you guys think chose the song by Lady Gaga, Paparazzi?
Keaton.
That was also Isaac.
That was also me. I threw in two because I was like, hey, you want to go first?
Curveball, you fools. All right. Who do you guys think chose the song D's Nuts by Dr. Dre?
It has to be Zach. Oh, okay. So Zach loves to do the meme songs.
Remember, there is also Michael, who's also he did contribute one also.
I
the
think
bass player.
I think he would pick like he's gonna be some kind of weird jazz thing that none of us have ever heard of.
So you think These Nuts by Dr. Dre is Zach's pick?
Well, Zach loves to joke around like that. You know, he'll try to, but I could see Keaton just being dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't listen to Dr. Dre.
Or do you? It's supposed to be a secret.
All right.
Shut up. Fuck.
Who do we think chose the song Kokomo by the Beach Boys?
that might be. Well, Michael just saw Beach Boys, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's Michael.
I don't know. I don't know these guys' taste in music that well.
Who do y'all think chose the song The Mystic Crystal by Ninja Sex Party?
100%.
What is your dream, like, opening gig? Like, there'll be a three-band bill and you guys are opening. So each of you guys get to pick one. And then you can fight over who's the headliner and opener. Well, you guys are going to be the opener because you guys are fucking kids, right? And everybody else is probably going to be these epic, legendary bands. So each of you pick a band that you guys would like Flightless to play at this giant arena show. And then we can argue over who opens and closes.
I mean, we rip off a lot from Alice in Chains.
We do.
So
Okay.
And like,
If we go back to original sing, I know they have like new singer now, like original lineup.
yeah, for sure.
Original lineup.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I
fair.
would second that as well.
Actually-
Literally got the shirt on right now, so.
It's gonna be a lot of Seattle sound.
I think Alice in Chains and Smashing Pumpkins would probably be.
Okay, so
my
you
top
guys
two,
open
though.
up, then Smashing Pumpkins, and then Alice in Chains.
that'd be wild.
Yeah, that
Yeah?
would be sick.
That would be a dope show.
Yeah.
Will literally never happen. Impossible, but
At least not with the
especially
original lineup.
if we want the
Alice in
original lineup.
Chains.
Yeah. Does anybody have a Ouija board?
Actually, we were playing a show at the Chainsaw Cat, and
that's right.
Where's that at?
It's in Yakima.
Oh,
It's kind
okay.
of a newer venue, but it's awesome. I actually really like it. And the guy there, the owner of the place, has been in bands. He's
Such
a
a
drummer. His sound is amazing. Like one of the best sound dudes I've played with in a few years. And we were like in sound check playing Man in the Box to like get levels and the whole deal. And he's like, I used to work with Lane Staley's sister. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, the only reason I figured that out is we're talking about like deaths in the family. It's like, whoa.
Wow.
What
remember
was
him talking
fucked,
about
though
that,
was
actually.
that like that sound check was our best performance of Man in the Box, and it was never that good ever after.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because
I think it was him. I think just the room, the way
Yeah,
he
it
did
was
it.
the
all, I
really,
think he made
like
it sound
it
good.
was funny too because we didn't even just like it, we were just supposed to do the chorus or something, just be like do the loud part and be done with it because like that's where like all the noise is from, but we just started from that chorus and then finished the song and it was the coolest thing ever because he had effects on my voice. It was just an empty bar. It was just empty as shit and it was awesome. I don't know.
All right, so if you guys want to let everybody know your ats and where they can find your music, where they can stream it, how to find.
Yeah, I got you.
You guys are on the TikToks too?
Yeah, it's got to be Flightless Band on Instagram, Flightless_band. I think it's the same on TikTok as well.
If you guys want to throw out your personal ats to see if you can pick up some hoes, do that too.
Zach.
Keaton's thinking over there.
Keaton will still find a way to fumble it.
Again.
Yeah, again. Yeah,
So at TikTok or on TikTok and IG at Flightless_band.
Yeah. And then, you can just find us on, YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you listen to
Everywhere
music.
we put our shit on distro.
What was the name of your first project?
It's just self-titled Flightless.
Flightless?
We were super lazy
Sometimes,
with that.
if that doesn't show up on the top of your search, you could also search any of our songs.
I always get when I was searching you guys, I just keep getting the song from Twilight, from the
Yeah.
first movie where they dance at the end,
Yes.
because it's called like Flightless Bird or something.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. But
That song fucking goes. Iron and Wine. Shout out to Iron and Wine. What?
But yeah, if you search What You Doing or Confusion or Whistle, those were our 3 singles that we released before the
Okay, right
album.
on.
So those will probably come up first.
Do you guys have a link tree in your bio?
Yeah, we do,
On IG and
if
TikTok?
you go on any of our social media, our links to all our music is there. And as well as we have a ton of new music we're working on. So any announcements as far as that goes.
And we just
will be on our
randomly
social
post
media.
videos of it too. So it's like,
Yeah. We'll probably leak half of our music before
Did
we
you
actually
guys want to
release it.
shout out any other bands or artists or people, venues?
Never.
engineers that you guys, if you guys want to shit on Quentin some more.
Poor guy.
No.
We like Quentin. We also like Joe. I guess we already kind of did, but I'll shout out Dave again from Thunderdome Studios. We literally just got back from there. But he's been super helpful with so much stuff.
Rick from Mad Ruby. This guy, this guy in this band.
Is he the guitarist?
He's the singer guitarist.
I think I just saw him at Music Unlimited like 10 minutes before I was here. Oh. Like before this interview.
He's also dating your mom.
Yeah,
damn.
Honestly,
maybe. Dude, he's in his 50s and he still acts like a kid. Fucking love him.
Yeah.
But like this band is the only. They've gotten us the only shows that we've been able to play out of town. The Yakima Prosser. Yeah. So like, not at all big, but the fact that we were able to get outside of the Tri-Cities with these guys, like.
Yeah, they're just super cool though. They're constantly asking us if we want to do shows with them and stuff.
They love us.
Well, and we should shout out this podcast. I mean, things like this is kind of what helps. Grow the music scene in Tri-Cities. You know, it's one thing to have a bunch of kind of garage bands and just bars, and it's another thing to have garage bands that are on local podcasts, local movies. There's that guy who did the All Ages doc, Tony Moser. And I mean, he interviewed a bunch of bands from around here that went way back, to the early 2000s and maybe even before, all the way to current day. And I'm like, stuff like that is what, creates a legacy and creates a cool, tight-knit scene where, Tri-Cities and Richland, Washington kind of stick out from some other cities, things like that.
But again, for the Tri-Cities Mixtape podcast, my name is Miguel, and I want to thank Isaac, Keaton, and Zach from Flightless. Shout out to Michael, the bassist, who's off at school. You guys are awesome. Thank you again, Flightless. Check them out on Instagram and catch them at a show. Do not try to buy them beer or give them weed. They are underage. But you can, try to consensually engage with them in sexual activities if you'd like to. Protected, of course.
The ultimate wingman move.
Keaton will say no.
Wrap it up, kids.
This is Zach Vollmer, the super sexy guitar player from Flightless, and this is our song Don't Stay.
Sunsets out of reach, can't wait for another light. Don't wait up for me. Don't stay here, darling. Don't wait up for righteousness to come. Over time, over to tomorrow. Don't stay, don't stay, don't stay. Difficult to keep myself in line. Another time, another place. Need someone to help me keep from falling on my face. There's nothing left here. I finally see what I need to learn. So don't stay. Don't stay. Packing bags, moving on. sure that we break the molds that helped us learn. There's nothing left here. I finally see what I need to learn. So don't stay. Don't stay.